Okay, so potential drawbacks of saying that every police officer should be outfitted with a discrete body camera would be the policies, the technological problems, and the cost. So these cameras are only a win for all if their framework of strong policies to ensure they protect the public without becoming yet another system for routine surveillance. Without such framework, their accountability benefits would not exceed their privacy risks. Recording from body cameras could also harm an officer's day-to-day work. A confidential informant, for example, could be reluctant to talk to a cop who's wearing a body camera. That could make it harder for a police to track down a suspect or to do regular work in the line of duty. Cameras could also be used to go after police for petty or political problems. For example, an officer could end up getting in trouble for a joke he's just talking to his partner about while they're on duty. Some see body-worn cameras as a solution, allowing interactions to be filmed and later to be available for review if unfair treatment or use of force is alleged. But the use of this technology raises a host of questions, including the impact on privacy rights and police-community relations. We do not fully understand the impact of body-worn cameras on citizen privacy. There is potential for them to violate a citizen's expectation of privacy. There are also questions about whether records encounter with vulnerable populations. What if a sexual assault victim asks an officer to turn off the camera? Or what if children are present during a domestic dispute? There are also questions about the impact of cameras on officer privacy. Police unions have opposed them in a number of jurisdictions, arguing they give supervisors the opportunity to go on fishing expeditions against officers in their command. Police chiefs need to gain buy-in from line officers and their unions at the beginning of the process. So for the technological problems, beyond the concerns of policy, there are technological limits that could strain the implementation of body cameras and the effect they have on holding police accountable. The major concern is battery life. With the battery of some cameras lasting as little as 2 hours, it's possible that the cameras may not always be usable when police officers need them most. Or to conserve battery life, police might need to charge the camera in their cars and only turn it on right before a confrontation with a suspect or take some other type of action. That may not always be feasible in emergency situations. Based on some polls, police officers' concerns have some merit. In a survey of 526 people conducted by Morris Company, nearly 75% of respondents said they would think an officer is hiding something if a camera-outfitted body isn't activated. One of those risks is that police can fail to record a serious interaction and then walk away without punishment. Such risks aren't theoretical. When a police officer shot and killed 18-year-old Antonia Martin in Berkeley on December 23rd, the officer had been issued a body camera, but it wasn't turned on when the shooting occurred. That forced investigators to rely on a bad angle from a low-resolution gas station surveillance camera. The question of whether the officer should be penalized over his failure to engage in a device has the department paid as much as $700 during the precise moment when it should have been engaged had barely been raised. So as for the cost, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department made a request for $7 million to purchase 1,400 of cameras. In jurisdictions all over the country, these devices are being requested, purchased with the public money and deployed. The decision by a police department to start body-worn camera program represents an enormous investment of money, manpower, and resources. The problem we could see was in order to capture, maintain, and store the files, then make them available to others, the cost was astronomical. Police spokesman Loretta Kuhl said, "We don't have the personnel to do that." America is rushing to outfit cops with cameras, but even experts aren't sure of the laws regulating the storage of the videos they capture or determining who exactly has access. The video data must be stored securely, in some cases for years. The body-worn camera program impacts all units in the police department, as well as the numerous outside stakeholders, including the prosecutors and defense attorneys. The storage expenses, running into millions of dollars in some cities, often get overlooked in the debates over using cameras as a way to hold officers accountable.